Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to folder number 1. This folder will contain information about the order of operations. Okay? Your objective for this video is, as a student, you should be able to use the order of operations to evaluate expressions. You will need one of these from your teacher. If you need one of these, you need to get it now. You can pause the video. Okay? Right now, you are about to take sprint number 1. In sprint number 1, you will need to fill out the following form. Okay? Each of these forms will include a couple things that you need to write down. Number 1, your name goes at the top. Okay? As you can see, there's your name. Your folder for this one is order of operations. Okay? You can go ahead and put that in. You may also put the date and your attempt. This is my first attempt, so I would circle number 1. You will complete 4 problems in this sprint. You will answer all of your 4 problems in this area. Later on in the video, you will need to answer in these step-out questions on the side. We will get to those shortly. You will have approximately 4 minutes to take this sprint. After the 4 minutes, we will begin by reviewing what you should have done. Your time starts now. You have 2 minutes remaining. One minute remaining. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time we are going to go ahead and go over the answers. At the bottom of the page, you should be able to score yourself based on these four. We're going to go ahead and get started with the first one. We're going to demonstrate how we should have done this problem. If you look at it closely, we have 3 times 2 cubed minus 10 times a half plus 4. The first thing that we should always do when we're talking about any of these problems, we notice they have multiple operations. So we are going to follow the order of operations. Our order of operations is PEMDAS. Okay, parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, add, and subtract. I put multiply and divide together and put a box around them, as same as add and subtract, because we will be doing those at the same time. Your multiply and divide, they go from left to right, and same with add and subtract. We will talk about those in a few seconds. Okay. As we get started with the first problem, okay, we look at it, we have two things where it looks like we have parentheses. Unfortunately, this one does not have any operations for you to do inside it, so that one just simply means multiply. We will not do that one first. However, 10 times a half, we do have that. 10 times a half is the same thing as half of 10. Okay, what is half of 10? Well, half of 10 is 5, so we're going to go ahead and write that underneath. Half of 10 is 5. We have 3 times 2 cubed minus 5 plus 4. The next thing, we are done with parentheses, so we're going to go ahead and cross it off. Next thing we should do is exponents. Do we have an exponent? Absolutely. We have 2 cubed. 2 times 2 times 2, that'll give us 8. So we should have 3 times 8 minus 5 plus 4. Are we done with exponents? Yes, we are. Crossed off. What about multiply and divide? Remember, we move from left to right. Multiply. We do have a multiply. We do not have any division. 3 times 8 is 24. And 24 minus 5 plus 4. Notice that I am writing one step at a time. Next thing, we're done with multiplying. There's no dividing. Add and subtract. Well, in this particular case, this is a common error. Adding and subtracting, we work from left to right. Okay? You can do the order that comes first. In this particular case, like we said, left to right. So 24 minus 5 would give us 19 plus 4. Okay? And 19 plus 4 is 23. We are currently done with our adding and subtracting, working from left to right. Your answer should be 23. Please check it on your paper now. We're going to move on to our first step-out question. On your paper, you will see this little guy on the right of your paper. During step-out question number 1, we need you to answer the following question. What is 4 times 5 squared? This one in particular is a commonly missed error. Okay? Please do that now. Once you are done, we're going to move on. All right, let's look at number 2. During number 2, okay, we're going to follow the same order of operations. We're going to go ahead and put it on the side, P, E, M, D, A, and S. And once again, I'm going to go ahead and put boxes around multiply and divide and add and subtract and add my arrows. Okay, at this time, we need to go ahead and start with parentheses. In this particular case, we have 2 sets of parentheses. Both of them have operations in them. The one that I should do first is the one that's on the left. Okay, we always want to work that way if we have 2 of the same. 8 minus 5 is 3, so we have 3 squared. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of those parentheses because I'm done with them. Okay, you can keep them, but you don't need them. Minus 2 times 3 plus 20 times 1/2. The next thing I need to do is the second parentheses. That's the 20 times 1/2. Half of 20 is 10. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the rest of the things in there. Now, do I have any parentheses left? Well, no. The one that I have right with 2 times 3 just means multiplication. So we're going to move on to exponents. Do I have an exponent? Absolutely, I do. 3 squared is 9. 9 minus 2 times 3 plus 10. Do I have any more exponents? No, so I can move on to multiply and divide. Do I have any multiplication? Absolutely, 2 times 3. 2 times 3 is 6, so I have 9 minus 6 plus 10. And then we have add and subtract left. And once again, we move from left to right when we're doing with add and subtract. So that's all that we have left, so let's do the subtraction first. 9 minus 6 is 3, and 3 plus 10, that gives us 13. 13 should be your correct answer. At this time, we're going to show you the next 2. Please check to see if you've done them correctly and identify any errors in your work. Oh wait, before you do that, you need to fill out step-out question number 2. Step-out question number 2 needs to go in the second step-out box, and you just need to simply do 90 times 1/2. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on. These are the 2 remaining questions with their answers. You guys need to go ahead and find the answers to those, which should be 17 and 95. Go ahead and score your own work. Now, at this time, you will be responsible for sprint number 2. Sprint number 2 is on the back of this paper. Okay, you will need to put those in the first 4 boxes, just like we did on the last side. You will have approximately 4 minutes to complete these next 4 questions. They are very similar to the ones that you just completed. If you need at any time to replay this video, okay, you can do that after the sprint. Here we go. 4 minutes starts now. You have 2 minutes to finish this task. You have 1 more minute. And time. Hopefully you were able to complete this task. All right, I want you right now to look over these 4 answers. The first answer you should have gotten is 29. The second answer is 7, followed by 43 and 64. These are your 4 answers. Now, I need you to fill out the following self-reflection. How many total did you get correct? Okay. Did your score improve, yes or no? If it did or did not, how much did it improve? And name an error you made and what can you do to not make that error in the future or again. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes your order of operations video. Your sheet needs to go to your teacher. Thank you.